On her way to visit her sister Letty, Sophie, the eldest of 3 sisters and a young milliner, runs into a wizard named Howl. Upon returning home, she meets the Witch of the Waste, who transforms her into a 90-year-old woman. Seeking to break the curse, Sophie leaves home and sets off through the countryside. She calls a living scarecrow Turnip Head when she meets him. She enters Howl's moving castle without being invited when he takes her there. She then meets Markle, a young apprentice of Howl, and Calcifer, a fire demon who is the source of the castle's magic and movement. Calcifer makes a deal with Sophie, agreeing to break her curse if she breaks his link with Howl. Sophie announces that she has hired herself as a cleaning lady when Howl appears. In the meantime, Sophie's kingdom is at war with a neighboring kingdom that is looking for its lost prince. The king summons Howl to fight in the war. However, under the guise of his mother, Howl sends Sophie to the king to inform him that he is too cowardly to fight. He gives Sophie a charmed ring before he leaves that will direct her to Calcifer and ensure her safety. Sophie meets Suleiman, the king's head sorceress, and also the Witch of the Waste, whom Suleiman punishes by draining all of her power and reverting her to her true age, thus reducing her into a harmless and very elderly woman. Suleiman warns Sophie that Howl will meet the same fate if he does not fight for the king. Then Howl appears to save Sophie. Suleiman tries to trap him by turning him into a monster, but with Sophie's help, he remembers himself and just barely avoids death. Along with the Witch of the Waste and Heen, Suleiman's dog, the duo makes it out alive. When soldiers break into Jenkins and Pendragon's, Howl's 2 aliases' homes, they discover that they are really just abandoned buildings disguised as shopfronts because the castle's magical door let them through. Sophie learns that Howl's life is connected to Calcifer's in some way, and that he has been changing into a bird-like creature to help both sides in the war out of the house and takes Calcifer out of the fireplace, which makes the castle fall apart. The Witch of the Waste realizes that Calcifer has Howl's heart and grabs the fire demon, setting herself on fire. Calcifer is drowned when Sophie pours water on the witch out of panic. After that, the rest of the castle splits in 2, and Sophie falls through a gap and is cut off from the group. Sophie wanders into a past scene after the charmed ring, where she sees a young Howl capture a falling star, Calcifer, and give him his heart. Sophie calls for them to find her in the future as she is teleported away. She returns to the present, finds Howl, and they reunite with the others. The witch returns Howl's heart, and Sophie places it back inside Howl, reviving him and freeing Calcifer, though he decides to stay. Sophie's curse is broken, though her hair remains silver. Turnip Head returns to human form after she kisses him on the cheek, revealing himself to be Justin, the enemy kingdom's missing prince. He reveals that only his true love's kiss can break his curse. After seeing Sophie's affection lies with Howl, he promptly heads for home to cease the war, but promises he will see them again. Through a crystal globe, Suleiman also decides to end the war. Later on, as Sophie, Howl, and the others travel in a new flying castle in the opposite direction, bombers take to the skies in the dark to fly over a green countryside that has been restored and is headed for another war. As the castle soars away, Howl and Sophie kiss on the castle's balcony.